Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Silly Goose Sports Talk. I am your host, Skippy, and before we continue this episode, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because it helps us bring our latest take of the sports news. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it looks just to be me today, as per usual. So, let's get started. Actually, before we get started, little announcement since, weirdly enough, Timmy isn't here today. But we discussed beforehand, we're going to be changing up the show a little bit, so we're not as constrained by a script. So what this entails is we're going to make the Silly Goose Sports Talk an actual sports talk. So that means we're going to do a little less banter in the front, jump into football, jump into college football, jump into hockey, and end it there. We're not going to be doing dad jokes, because that segment, everybody knows it. It was destined to fail from the beginning, because, there's only so many dad jokes out there, especially good ones. Music, we are considering doing spin-off shows for that, like Timmy's album review of the week will probably just be posted on TikTok and Instagram and that stuff, and also YouTube, of course. So we'll be doing shorter form stuff from our other segments on here. I guess we'll continue NASCAR, and Potato of the Week will also likely end, just due to I'm not great about finding random facts. But if we do have some really fun facts, then we'll still talk about them, but it won't be in the same Potato of the Week format. That being said, we're going to get right into it with the Pittsburgh Steelers Sunday evening football. This game, we had a really, really darn good first half. We exploded, scoring 10 in the first, and 7 in the first, and 10 in the second. It was really great. Defense was looking all right. Offense was making plays. All fine and dandy. Towards the end, it was getting very scary, I ain't gonna lie. We were still in the lead, 19-23. But last play, they were in a hair's width of the touchdown. Weirdly enough, the guy fumbled it. Well, the guy didn't fumble. So, guy was being covered, or Packers guy was being covered. They both jump up, bounces off the guy's hands into a Steelers player's hands. He ran, game over. At the very end, a Packers player shoved a Steelers player into one of the Steelers coaches and just absolutely trucked him. So that was no good. A flag was thrown, but nothing came of that because the game was over. But yeah, 19-23 Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, it was going all right. We were out yardaged again, as per usual, with Kenny Pickett, 126 yards, 14 for 23 attempts. Other stuff, we have Jalen Reed. What else? Packers, sorry. We have Jalen Warren, 1 touchdown, 101 yards. Najee Harris got a touchdown, 82 yards, 16 carries, which is, we also have 2 defensive touchdowns with DeMontez Kazi with 1 touchdown and Kuzil Neal with another touchdown. Also, TJ Watt got a sack, so, as per usual. Don't expect anything else. Currently, the Pittsburgh Steelers are 6-3 and are number 2 in the division, right behind the Ravens with 7-3. The the AFC North is pretty tightly packed. The Ravens, of course, at 7-3. Steelers and Browns with 6-3, and Bengals right behind at 5-4. So we'll see how everybody pulls it off next week. We will be playing the Browns, so that will decide that. And right after that, we're actually going to play the Bengals. So we'll see how that week goes. Since Timmy and Brendan are not here, I will be covering the Washington Commanders. So, from what I heard, they had a pretty bad game. It doesn't look that bad because they lost 26-29 against the Seattle Seahawks, which they're having a pretty decent year, so that does make sense. Looks like we have Sam Howell throwing 3 interceptions and zip touchdowns. 29 out of 44 catch attempts and 312 yards. Funny enough, that's still more yardage than Kenny Pickett and the Steelers. So, do with that information what you will. Brian Robinson scored a touchdown, 119 yards. Antonio Gibson scored, and Diami Brown scored. No defensive touchdowns, no sacks. So, yeah, I heard it was a bad game from my sources, but yeah. Currently they are 3rd in the NFC East. The Cowboys 2 games ahead, Giants 2 games behind. The Eagles, 4 games ahead. It looks like they will be playing. Who are they going to be playing? They are going to be playing the Giants next week. So they should be able to win that because the Giants are kind of terrible, but, never underestimate the commies. All right, jumping into Penn State football, or college football. We have Penn State, who actually did not continue their winning streak, as they lost to the 10-0 Michigan Wolverines, 24-15. Not a fantastic game. Wolverines came out swinging the second quarter, scoring 14 points. We kind of were slow. We missed both extra points on each touchdown, which surely can help. Stat-wise, Drew Aller, so Drew Aller threw 1 touchdown for 10 and 12 catch attempts, 70 yards, which is, again, not great. Keaton Allen, 1 for 1, 4 yards. So I guess they threw him in there. Drew Aller, again, rushed for a touchdown. We also have Theo Johnson scoring a touchdown, and that was pretty much it. Again, our kicker missed both extra points, so that's no good. It's no good at all. This also currently makes us. This makes the Penn State 5-2, with standing 3rd place in the Big Ten East. There are still a couple undefeated teams, especially Michigan, Ohio State. There's a lot. Michigan, Ohio State. Yep. You have Liberty, and that seems to be pretty much it. Yeah, Washington's also 10-0. So yeah, most of these teams will probably be dropping the next couple weeks. But we also have Penn State playing the Rutgers next week, so we'll see how that's going. The Rutgers are 6-4, so that should be a win. Should be. We'll see. All right, Virginia Tech Hokies. So the Hokies were playing Boston College this week and absolutely mopped them up. They won 48-22, which is pretty surprising, as the Boston College Eagles currently have a better record than them. But not to fear. It looks like Kyron Drones had a decent game. He threw 2 touchdowns, 219 yards, again more than the Pittsburgh Steelers. 12 for 17. Grant Wells, 2 for 3, 18 yards. Looks like no interceptions were thrown, which is nice. Bishal Tuden had a mighty game, scoring 3 touchdowns, 78 yards. Malachi Thomas, 1 touchdown. And then receiving, Jalen Lane and Steven Gosnell scored a touchdown each, respectively. So yeah, good stuff there. Currently looks like the Hokies, who are 5-5. They will be playing North Carolina State next week. So we'll see how that goes. And then we have the Virginia Cavaliers, who are doing very, very badly, may I say. Now, again, we were playing a very good opponent this week, the Louisville Cardinals. We did lose to them 24-31. It was just not a great game, especially with so weirdly enough, Louisville Cardinals were having a good game. They scored 7 in the first, 7 in the second, 0 in the third, and 14 in the 7th. Almost every single point that the Cavaliers scored were in the third quarter, where they scored 21 points, which is not normal. So that's kind of weird. Stat-wise, Anthony Collindre, 314 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 20 for 31 catch attempts. Jack Greasy scored a touchdown. Mac Washington scored a touchdown. And defense, Cam Robinson scored a touchdown. So yeah, got that going for him. Going to the Marshall Thundering. Oh yeah, by the way, Cavaliers are 2-8, so that's no good. Marshall Funding Herd, they're 7th in the SBC East. They were playing Georgia Southern this week. They actually won 38-33. Again, pretty normal game. Stat-wise, Cole Pennington threw 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, 201 yards. Most of it was on the rushing side with Rashid Ali, who scored 3 touchdowns. Cable McKellen scored a touchdown. And yeah, pretty good game overall for the Marshall Thundering Herd, who are 5-5. So yeah, going to the Marshall Terrapins, 4th in the Big Ten East. The Marshall Terrapins had a very low-scoring affair last Saturday, where they beat the Cornhuskers, great name, 13-10. So this leaves them at 6-4. Talagova had a good game. Well, going 27-40, 283 yards. Again, better than Kenny Pickett. I'm going to keep mentioning that. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. We have Ty Felton, 1 touchdown. And yeah, again, very low scoring affair, but they did pull out for the win. It looks like they will be playing Michigan State next week. So they're probably going to lose that because Michigan, again, number 2 in the entire college football. So I don't suspect a win out of that, but who knows. James Madison Duke football first in the SBC East. Looks like they absolutely demolished the Connecticut Huskies 6-44. Again, they are also undefeated 10-0. They had a mighty game. 3, 10, 17, 14 in all 4 quarters. Crazy game. Taquan Robertson had a pretty bad quarterback, but he was doing all right. 20-36, 207 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. I was looking at the Connecticut. JMU, Jordan McLeod, 4 touchdowns, very different. 33 and 37, 457 yards. So again, great game for him. Reggie Brown scored 2 touchdowns. Zach Horton 1 touchdown. Phoenix Sorforez 1 touchdown. And yeah, we also have the. Sorry. Oh, okay. I have a live update for you all. The redhead had a CYT, or he was a little acting guy. So he had his acting career till 9 o'clock, so he was not able to make it. Still don't know why Timmy's here, but I'll figure that out for y'all. All right, finish up the show. We have hockey. So it looks like we started off the week playing the Ducks. We beat them 2-0. Then we went and we played the LA Kings 4-3. We won. Sabres, we won 4-0, and we are currently beating the Blue Jackets 4-3 with 2 minutes and 58 seconds left in the 3rd period. So that should be a win. So again, pretty good week for the Penguins. We're recovering our win-loss ratio a little bit, 7-6. We are still 6th in the Metropolitan Division, which is not where we want to be at. But, it is what it is. Again, good games. We have a pretty difficult lineup following us because we're playing the Devils, Hurricanes, Golden Knights, and Rangers. And so we might struggle with that a little bit, but we'll see. All right, we're also playing, looking at the Capitals, who are 3rd in the Metropolitan Division, which is pretty good for them. Looking at their games, looks like they started off by playing the Blue Jackets. They beat them 1-2. They lost to the Panthers 4-3. Beat the Devils 4-2. Beat the Islanders 4-1. And they are currently in the 3rd period, 8 minutes left, and they are leading the Golden Knights by 1. As I said, they are 3rd in the Metropolitan Division. They are looking 7-4 win-loss wise. So yeah, we'll see where that leads them. But yeah, I believe that's just about all the news I have for y'all. Just like there's anything else coming out. But yeah, that looks like just about it, ladies and gentlemen. As per usual, thank you for showing up this week. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Again, helps us all. Make sure if you have any criticisms or things that we should be doing, make sure to go to the comments for that. We're also looking for someone to help do thumbnails. So if you're at all interested, you can either text us on our Instagram accounts, or again, go to the comments and we'll get in contact. But yeah, thank you for listening, and we will see you all in the next one. Keep on honking.